Arizona's News Talk leader, KFNX, AM 1100.
Well, we're going to leave our lines open for everybody to call in if they want. It's a doctor show this afternoon. I had now Dr. Brad Sorosky, and he is with Desert Spine and Sports Physicians. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Carol.
Now, our lines are open here so that you can call in and ask any questions that you want. We're going to go in and talk about what you do, but I want to give out the number right now. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And anyone who calls in gets an I Know Carol t-shirt for doing so as well. Now, Doc, tell us a little bit about what it is that you do.
Well, Carol, I'm a physical medicine and rehabilitation specialist, and collectively we're called physiatrists or physiatrists. And
I'm glad you said that.
There you go. And I'm double boarded in pain management. And what that means is that I see patients that suffer from disorders of the spine, peripheral joints, muscles, tendons, or various neurological injuries. And I'm a non-surgical specialist, so we try to reduce pain and restore function non-surgically. Since over 90% of musculoskeletal injuries don't require surgery, we try to bridge the gap between primary care physicians and some of our surgical colleagues who may have more expertise in surgery.
Now, where are you located?
We have two offices, one in the Biltmore area at 32nd Street in Campbell, and another office in Gilbert, Arizona.
So Gilbert, and what did you call the other area?
In Phoenix.
In Phoenix, okay. So two locations. His number is 602-840-0681. You can also go on his website. It's Desert Spine and Sports, that's plural.com. Now, give me an idea as somebody who has where they get the kind of pain that they would come to you. Is it from accidents? Is it from sports injuries? Is it from fibromyalgia? Is it from all of the above?
It's from all of the above. And really, we enjoy seeing people from all ages. We see the injured gymnast to the injured worker or retired golfer who may have hurt their back. Really, we're trying to keep people active at work and doing things they enjoy doing. And it really does involve all those that you listed.
So are you a rehabilitation center? What?
We are. One of our facilities, we have a physical therapy group that's in our office with us. And we utilize and we work with physical therapists frequently. We help coordinate rehab programs to get people back in the game.
Now, our number here, he's here live to answer any of your questions that you might have. Our number is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And you can call in and talk to the doc about any of your problems that you might be having with your pain issues. And everybody seems to be in pain these days.
It's good for us, but that's an unfortunate truth. A lot of people do suffer from pain, and we've been busy as a result of that.
What do you find that the kind of patient that you work with the most?
I would say 60 to 70% of our patients suffer from various back injuries. Unfortunately, 80% of people will have back pain at some point in their life, and it can be disabling and really affect them in many different ways. So back pain is the most common, but we see people with arthritic conditions of the hip, of the knee, of the shoulder, carpal tunnel, fibromyalgia, and various other musculoskeletal problems.
I know somebody that had fibromyalgia so badly that he's not the right person, He's affected by it that badly.
Of course. When people have chronic pain, and not only does it affect them economically, but socially and in their relationships, so it can be quite damning in their life. And really, we work with a lot of different specialists. Sometimes in that case, we need to work with psychologists in addition to therapists and medication management.
Now, our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can call in and ask the doc any questions that you want about pain management, something you might be dealing with. Our number again is 602-277-5369. He has two locations, one in Gilbert and one in Phoenix. And his website is Desert Spine and Sports. That's plural.com, and his number is 602-840-0681. Now, how did you become a physiatrist? Did I say that right?
Close.
Sort of.
Physiatrist or physiatrist.
There you go.
Yeah, well,
bless you.
After attending UCLA and going to medical school at the University of Texas, I did a year of internal medicine and then a 3-year residency program at the Rehabilitation Institute of Chicago. And then I actually went on and did an additional year of fellowship in interventional spine and sports. So after medical school, I had an additional 5 years of training.
And you practice with your wife?
I do. She's also a physiatrist, and we kind of had similar aspirations. We met in medical school of opening up a practice, and Arizona met our needs, and we enjoy the Valley of the Sun greatly. And we opened up our own practice a little over a year ago.
Okay. Now, you have a question here that you want me to ask you, and I will, but I have no idea what it is. So what types of tools do you use to diagnose PTs? What's a PT?
Oh, patients. I'm sorry. To diagnose patients.
I just had to ask that question.
Yeah. So, I think that the big thing that we do in our practice is we perform a comprehensive musculoskeletal evaluation. And we pride ourselves on diagnosing difficult to diagnose patients. Often people will have a pain and maybe their primary care doctor or their therapist or their chiropractor can't really get to the source of why they have that pain. And through detailed history and physical examination, sometimes we use ultrasound for diagnostic purposes. We read our own images. We perform what's known as electrodiagnostic testing to diagnose if there's a neurologic injury. We can really get to the why behind the problem and then get to a more specific treatment and hopefully better outcomes.
I wonder about how many people out there are suffering from some kind of pain of some sort, and or if not you, how about your significant other that makes your life miserable because they're in pain all the time, or their back goes out all the time, or whatever it would be. You can call in and ask the doc any questions. Our number is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. He's here live to answer any of your questions. It's free advice. So give us a call, 602-277-5369. And what types of treatments do you recommend for your patients then?
It depends on what ails them, but often when it comes to a problem with their back or their shoulder, their hip, a physical therapy, if it's tailored, can be quite effective. And if they need an anti-inflammatory or another medication, we may utilize that. When we talk about physical therapy, we really try to specialize it according to what their problem is and what the latest data says. Additionally, we're trained in performing what's known as fluoroscopically guided spine injections. So we can inject various different medications in and around the spine. We can burn nerves. We can modify the spine itself to help alleviate patients' pain if so indicated. And once again, we really use a whole team approach. We try to work closely with other specialists, like Dr. Dorr, who I know comes on the show frequently, chiropractors, physical therapists, and complementary alternative medicine doctors.
But you're not a chiropractor.
No, I'm an MD, and so is my wife. But we try to.
I don't know a chiropractor that's putting needles in my back. I don't know one.
No. I'm a medical doctor, but we try to use all different types of healthcare providers and use their skills to get people rehabilitated and back to the things that they like to do.
Now, again, you're located in 2 locations, which is Gilbert and Phoenix. His number is area code 602-840-0681. His website is Desert Spine and Sports, that's with an S.com. And he's here live to answer any of your questions that you might have. And anyone who calls in is going to get an I Know Carol t-shirt for doing so. It's free advice. Our number here is area code 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. He's an MD, not a chiropractor, which I know it's all good, but he does things that are way different than any other doc that would do, especially when you're talking about injections of medications into the spine. So if you want to call in and talk to us about your ailments that you have dealing with your pain issues, our number is area code 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And for doing so, you're going to get an I Know Carol t-shirt for doing so. Again, that's 602-277-5369. You should go on his website. 2 locations he's got in Gilbert and in Phoenix. It's Desert Spine and Sports.com, and his number is 602-840-0681. But why not give us a call here at 602-277-5369 and win an I Know Carol t-shirt?
Arizona's News Talk leader, KFNX, AM 1100.
Big Surf Water Park, Arizona's original water park, is back and better than ever. Come see what the largest wave pool on the West Coast and a dozen great rides and slides can do for your summer fun plans. Big Surf is open daily 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., so get your season pass now and have fun in the sun all summer long. Big Surf Water Park is also the perfect place for groups and birthday parties with great food and service. Centrally located 1 mile north at Tempe Marketplace on McClintock. Visit us at BigSurfFun.com. See you down the slide.
Do you need a lot of dental work? Is quality important to you? At Adkins Dentistry, membership has its advantages. As a member of their Dentist Patient Alliance program, you can save up to 50% on the absolute highest quality dental care. Call 480-513-1301 or visit dpadental.com. That's Adkins Dentistry, A, D like dentist, K-I-N-S. High quality Adkins Dentistry featured on ABC News 15. That's 480-513-1301 or visit dpadental.com.
Are you worried about high car repair bills? Car repairs are getting more expensive. Replacing your power steering could cost over $620. A new engine or transmission could set you back well over $3,000. Consumers Choice Auto Care wants to give you a free, no-obligation quote, so these repair bills cost you nothing. With an extended service plan, you choose the repair shop you want, and we cut them a check directly. Get a free consultation on a solid 5-year, 100,000-mile extended vehicle service agreement, no matter how many miles are on your car. You even pick your own repair shop and we pick up the bill. Here's a special limited time offer. Be one of the first 10 callers in the next 10 minutes and get a 25% discount when you call with your current mileage. For your free quote, call 800-681-1793. That's 800-681-1793. Don't wait. Call for a free quote now. 800-681-1793. That's 800-681-1793.
One of the largest accounting firms in the United States recently found that 75% of Arizona baby boomers are going to run out of money when they retire. After all the losses we've had this year, it's hard to know what to do. I talked to a lot of people who feel that they are not listened to when it comes to their finances, and what people say they want most is to not lose money, have steady growth, get mortgage-free, and protect what they have. So over the last 10 years, I've refined a complete approach that can help you grow your money risk-free, get you mortgage-free in about 1/3 of the time, and protect what you have from taxes, inflation, and medical expenses. My name is Denver Noas with EquityForProfit.com. I'll give you 5 free hours of one-on-one financial consultation to prove I can help you never run out of money. Give me a call at 480-970-5663. That's 480-970-5663. I'll give you that 5 free hours of one-on-one financial consultation to prove that you'll never run out of money when you retire. That number again is 480-970-5663.
Check us out on the web at 1100kfnx.com.
If I traded it all.
We're back, and we are back with Dr. Brad Shaworski, and he's with Desert Spine and Sports Physicians, and he's got 2 locations, one in Gilbert and one in Phoenix. He's not a chiropractor by any means. He is a MD, and we have our lines open here for anyone who wants to call in and talk about your pain issues. And we're going to talk about some of the things that you treat specifically and get some juice out of you here, okay? Our number here to call in, if you have any questions, is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And for doing so, everybody gets an I Know Carol t-shirt. So now let's talk a little bit about some of these things that you treat. And, I mean, we talk about a little bit of herniated disc, but I want to go straight into this one. Sciatica. A lot of people have that.
A lot of people do have sciatica, and sciatica really means that you have pain that starts in your back and maybe into your buttock region and radiates down your leg. And that is a diagnosis that we see commonly, and we enjoy seeing because it can emanate from a lot of different sources. So the first thing that we do when we see a patient with sciatica is really try to understand what it is that's causing the pain that radiates down their leg. Is it a herniated disc? Is it tight musculature in their gluteal region that may be irritating their sciatic nerve? Is it an arthritic condition in the hip or in the back? All these can mimic the same kind of symptoms of pain that radiate down your leg. And once you understand what's causing your problems, then you can get to the root of it and treat it appropriately.
Now, your number is 602-840-0861. You have 2 locations, one in Gilbert and one in Phoenix. His website is Desert Spine and Sports, plural.com. And our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You're getting an I Know Carol t-shirt. I had one of those sciatica years ago. I don't know if anyone's ever had one, but owie, that really hurts. And it was forever that I took, I think, a year before it finally went away.
If you'd come and seen us, Carol, we may have been able to get
I
rid
don't
of
know
it
if
sooner.
it was around. It was so many years ago, and I would have taken you up on that. We want to hear from you. If you've had any pain whatsoever, you can talk to the doc. Our number is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. What about osteoporosis?
Osteoporosis is something that affects a lot of people here in the Valley, and especially in the retired community and in the baby boomer generation. It means that your bone density is decreasing. It's more common as you get older, and it's more common in the female population than the male population. There's a lot of ways to prevent osteoporosis, and then similarly, once you have osteoporosis, to treat it. We try to find out what things a patient may not be doing to benefit them in that regard. Specifically, are they taking their calcium and vitamin D in the right formulation? Are they getting enough weight-bearing exercise, which has been shown to help improve bone density? And if they're at higher risk, we want to make sure that they don't have falls that could lead to fractures. And if they need a pharmacotherapy to help improve their bone density, that's something that we'll look at as well.
Again, his number is area code 602-840-0681. It's dessert-spine-and-sports.com, and you can call in and ask him any questions you want. It's free advice here on Networking Arizona. It's 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100, and you get an I Know Carol t-shirt just for doing so. What about tendonitis and bursitis? I mean, that sounds so common, but a lot of people have it.
A lot of people do have it.
And live with it daily.
That's right. And you don't have to, because we do have ways to alleviate that pain. It depends. We see it in the injured worker that does repetitive overuse. We see it in athletes. And, there's treatments that have been around a long time that work. And there's some newer things as well. For people who suffer from tendonitis, or if it's been going a long time, sometimes we refer to that as tendinosis. There's a new treatment that's very hot, and that's called PRP. And what that involves is we withdraw blood and we spin it down till we get the rich plasma, and we re-inject it into the tendon to create an inflammatory healing response. And in patients that have been suffering from tendonitis for years, nothing else has worked, we're seeing really miraculous results. It's something in the sports community you see a lot of athletes talking about as well.
And there's a lot of athletes here. And there's a lot of wannabe athletes here that are hurting too.
Yeah, just as important to keep them out there golfing and playing the sports that they enjoy.
Exactly. The number to call him is 602-840-0681. He has two locations, one in Gilbert and one in Phoenix. His website is dessert-spine-and-sports.com. Now, let's talk a little bit about the shots that you were talking about into the spine. Why do you use those? For what purpose?
It depends on what's wrong with the spine. If someone has a herniated disc and it's pinching a nerve, we may want to inject a corticosteroid, which helps reduce the inflammation, reduces the pain, and can get them back to moving and functioning the way they want to. There's other shots that we may perform where we would inject numbing medicine for diagnostic purposes. And if they get good relief, we actually do a procedure where we can burn little nerves in the back and get rid of the pain that way as well.
Now, our number here to call is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can call in and ask the doc any questions that you want. He's free advice here, 602-277-5369. What do you think that if somebody does have fibromyalgia, okay, what are the things that you do for someone like that?
We really take a four-prong approach to that. When someone has fibromyalgia, one of the most important things is to make sure that they're getting regular, low-impact exercise. And the two things that I recommend are aqua-based therapy or Tai Chi, both of which have been shown to be beneficial in that population because it's low impact and it's very mind-body. Patients with fibromyalgia, if they go to the gym and they overdo it, they actually may pay the price and feel worse. Next, if they have, often there'll be a depression or a sleep disorder. We have to address both of those. There are medications that are not FDA approved for fibromyalgia, and those include Lyrica and Cymbalta. So those are the 4 things we look at: depression, sleep, exercise, and pharmacotherapy. And we want to address all those aspects. And it's one of those disorders that people will deal with often lifelong, but we're trying to control the symptoms as best as possible so that they can live a happy, fulfilled life.
His number is 602-840-0681, dessert-spine-and-sports.com, and he's got 2 locations, one in Gilbert and one in Phoenix. So talk about a little bit about how you evaluate your patients again.
The important thing is listening, I think. When a patient comes in, really understanding how they were injured, what is behind that and how it affects them. And then the physical exam can tell us a lot about getting the right diagnosis. Once we finish the history and physical exam, we order appropriate testing if needed. And then when we finally come up with an accurate diagnosis, understanding all the tools that are in our bags to treat patients. I think sometimes people get myopic in their approach and they have one tool. So if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. We really try to have a lot of tools in our bag to treat our patients. And those include, coordinating specialized therapy, medications, injections, and referring to another specialist if it's out of our area of expertise.
And again, what kind of patients do you treat?
I treat patients that have back or neck pain, herniated discs, sciatica, radiculopathy, spinal stenosis, sports injuries, osteoarthritis, tendonitis, bursitis, and work-related injuries.
Again, his number is area code 602-840-0681. He has 2 locations. One is in Gilbert. The other one is in Phoenix. And his website is dessert-spine-and-sports.com. Again, you're not a chiropractor, you're an MD, and you can go to him for any of your pain-related issues, and you can get him at 602-840-0681. Again, 2 locations, one in Gilbert, the other one is in Phoenix, and you can go on his website, which is dessert-spine-and-sports.com. Networking, it makes a difference, guys.